Hello, 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 and welcome to the latest episode of Magic Matters. My name is Deni.
I'm Erica.
And we're so glad that you're here. This is like Magic Matters out on the road right now. I'm going to scoot over just a hair here. Hold on. All right. We are on location here in Celebration, Florida. If you don't know what Celebration is, it is truly the town that Disney built. So back in the day, Disney built this town, and now they've moved on.
And now people live here.
It's now a different company that oversees it. And anyhow, we're here we're at Lakeside Park, right? By the lake.
Look at that.
As you would think for the name Lakeside. So we are so glad that you are here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're not already following us, please do so. We would love to be able to hang out with you on an ongoing basis. So Magic Matters Pod is where you need to go to find us on Instagram and on YouTube. Just hit that subscribe button. And we want to give a shout out, as always, to
Light Strong Media, who is currently editing another episode right now.
Bless
Yes.
Light Strong Media, our faithful producer. Now, we are going to walk away from this conversation with a suntan on this side of our face.
We're going to have to.
And we are on the ground right now. It's like we are in nursery school. We're in preschool today.
Yes.
But it's all good because we're together and it's a gorgeous day and we get to talk about theme parks. So, Miss Erica, what would you like us to discuss today?
So we are going to talk about 2024, our best Disney moments as we're coming to a close of this year.
Okay.
It feels so wild that we're already here at the end of 2024. I feel like it started yesterday.
Oh, absolutely it did.
And today I thought about this topic and I started thinking, I'm like, wow, so many things have happened this year at Disney parks. I've experienced so many fun things.
Yep.
It's hard to narrow them all down.
Yep.
But I thought, why not reminisce as we get closer to the end of the year?
Let's do it. I'm ready to reminisce. I'm ready.
All right.
I'm trying to think. I'm putting my thinking cap on real quick here. Give me your first one. Do you have a first one?
My first one I have written down is actually our flower and garden day where you and I went and we recorded and had just like a really good time hanging out at Flower and Garden. We were there for hours.
We were.
Hours and hours.
We were still getting our, if you don't know, over on my channel, we like to hang out every first or second day of an Epcot festival. We like to experience what the festival has to offer so we can bring it to y'all and you can kind of enjoy, traipsing around Epcot with us. Was that, I know we were still getting our sea legs under us. Sea legs, our Epcot festival legs under us.
That was our, we got coffee last, not first.
Oh, we did. That was that day. That's right. Yeah. No, that was not a good day. I mean, it was a good day, but it wasn't a good day planning-wise on our part. Yeah. We did wait to have coffee. I'm not sure why we did that. I know we justified it in the moment, but
I really think it was, there was, for the first time, I had such a long list of things I could eat. So we just started with food.
We were making it rain.
Yes, but that day is such a core memory of just being we were so delusional by the end.
By the end of the day, we were both off of, just out of our minds and off our rockers. And we needed coffee so bad. We finally got it. It was a little too late, but it was still good. And that was such fun. One of my just highlights, and I was thinking about it this morning, we've had an entire year of Epcot festivals together.
Yes.
We now because, festival, spoiler alert, behind the scenes, Festival of the Holidays just started. So we just put out that video. With that makes an entire year of Epcot festivals for you and I. So
I love it.
Thank you for being a part of all those.
We're going to start the next year right around the corner.
Oh my gosh.
January 17th.
That's right. It's going to be on, and I'm really excited. I mean, I can't do a first day of the festival any other way.
Me either.
Or first or second day. Sometimes we don't get there till then, but I can't.
Can't.
It's so much fun. And maybe, I'm sure y'all agree, it's so much fun. Number one, solo trips are fabulous. Don't let anyone tell you solo trips are not. Like, time in the Disney parks on your own it can be really, really good. And you can just go running around like a 10-year-old doing whatever you want to. But number two, having a dear friend in the Disney parks or in any theme park really just, it elevates the entire experience. Yeah. And it's so much fun laughing and giggling and playing throughout the park. Yes. And when you give us the chance to be together and eat together and drink coffee together.
We're so happy.
That's all needed.
we're at our happiest. Because I'm someone that goes to the parks alone a lot.
Yeah.
Because for me like, it's my happy place. I want to do what I want to do. I don't want to have to be on any other person's, like, schedule or anything.
Yep.
But when it comes to specifically, like, Epcot festivals with you, I know that we love the same things. And it never feels like I have to be on someone else's schedule because we've like got our rhythm with it, and I'm there with like one of my closest friends. So it's always just such a good time.
It is always a good time. So yeah, we're kind of in tandem on that. We're definitely in tandem. Another one for me is just just getting to track all the different foods that are available throughout the parks, and getting to really keep a close eye on them to see from your perspective, because it's interesting looking at things from your perspective as someone who has an allergy and go, okay, so what is Erica going to be able to eat and what can she do? Because I have the blessing of, I can't eat hazelnuts. That's pretty good because hazelnuts aren't in everything.
Yeah.
Dairy is in everything. So for me, a highlight was going, okay, what can Erica eat? I love that you were able to eat at Flower and Garden. And it's fun to kind of look at something from the viewpoint or learn something from the viewpoint of someone else. That was something that you brought to our Festival of Holidays coverage. And that was so refreshing because I know there are a lot of friends out there who have allergies just like you do and really can't run through the park shoving anything in their face.
Yeah. You really have to take time to like research or, find someone to talk to at whatever little food spot you're at to be like, hey, am I good? Am I in the clear?
Yeah.
Because, if not, bad things happen.
Bad things do happen.
But yeah, at the Festival of the Holidays, you're like, are you having enough? Are you good? I'm like, I'm fine.
You have 4 items.
I was still very satisfied. That black and white cookie took up a lot of space.
That's all you need. That's all you need.
All I needed.
The black and white cookie. What else is on your list?
I have seeing the Encanto show come to life at Epcot. Yep. It's just, I watched it again yesterday, and I was like, I love this show. I love it.
It is so filled with joy, right? It reminds you, and this has been on my mind a lot recently, and maybe it's just the end of the year, maybe it's the fact that it's the holiday season, but the idea of joy and wonder have been just ruminating with me recently. And really, the Disney parks, that's what they invite us to do. They invite us to be filled with joy and to be filled with wonder. Now, I know it's not joyful having to get up and join in the Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind queue at 7 o'clock on your vacation morning. And I know the crowds are nuts, but at the very core of it, there are these moments that they have crafted for you and I just to go, yeah, this is fun.
Yeah.
Like, it's just fun. And that's one of those. You have an added layer to this in that it is representation.
Yeah, 100%. It was so cute. So my mom had never seen the show because she wasn't here during the summer. So I took her to see it yesterday.
Love that.
And, one of the performers goes, so what does primo mean? And she's screaming, cousin! Listen, my mom came from Cuba. She speaks Spanish. It's her first language. Yeah. And she got so excited that the performers speak in Spanish so much on that stage show. It is a requirement to be in that show to be Hispanic and to speak Spanish.
Love that.
At least half or full. You have to have at least one parent that is Hispanic to be in that show.
That is so cool.
Yeah, because the casting director that made the show, she is a Hispanic woman. And so my mom, she just loved it. She loved it so much. She was smiling ear to ear. And I'm like, like my mom coming to the parks as a kid didn't have representation. And now she does. And it makes her so happy.
I love
and I was like,
that.
I'm like, this is why I love this show.
This is it right here. So that's, to me, that's so cool. That's what the entertainment is in the parks, right? Like, it's there to stir those things up. But then when they hit us deeper, where they go, oh yeah, but we're going to celebrate Latin culture here. So here we go.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. You're going to see it all right here. You're going to see a little bit of yourself. I mean, when Joyful, so after Christmas passes, Joyful, the group that's singing right now during the Festival of Holidays, they do Kwanzaa songs. And so they'll go into digging into that holiday season as well. And it's just so cool. Like,
yeah.
Yes, we want that. We want we want different people, different guests from all cultures to be able to go, I see myself in this.
Yeah.
So I love that for you.
It's really important.
I love that you got to do that. You know, for me, it was that whole area finally opening.
Oh yeah.
This year.
My mom hadn't been to Epcot, I don't think, since this time last year. And we walk in and she goes, oh my God, there's no walls. Because when she came for my birthday last year, the Walt statue area had not been cleared yet. She was 2 days too early. And she goes, oh my God. She's like, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
And my mom is an Epcot stan till the day she dies. She loves that park. And she's one of the few people that went, I don't mind Communicore. I'm fine with this.
Yeah.
Because she's like, I like this middle open space. I don't care about the hallway. I don't have to look at it.
I get
that.
She
goes, but the rest of it, I love this. This is so nice. And so she was very happy. She's like, my stockholder dollars, they're doing good things.
Mom's getting a return on her investment.
She's like, this is okay.
I like that.
She really was so amazed by it all.
Yeah, good. Oh, that's so good to hear. Yeah, just having the year to go, okay, all the walls are now out.
Yep.
I was just telling Erica last night, I would love to have some kind of water feature there in World Celebration Gardens. If you take away the Festival of Nations that we had, and I know we have Moana, Journey of Water, I know that. But I'd like to have, give me a little babbling brook of some sort right there in the middle of World Celebration Gardens. But we also said last night, it's so much fun to have these little nooks and crannies for people to sit in, because literally there are benches everywhere, surfaces everywhere, tables and bar height, and Adirondack chairs, so many surfaces.
One of the area closer to the Encanto stage,
yes,
where we've recorded an outro.
The corporate
before.
section is what you call it, and that's all I call it now.
So I was showing my mom, look, this is the corporate section. If you moved here, you could work from Epcot,
right?
And she goes, wait, is there Wi-Fi here? I'm like,
yes.
We'll say there's Wi-Fi. You can also bring your own hotspot if you want to, but look, there's outlets. She goes, oh, that's kind of nice. I said,
yeah, it is.
Work it up.
Come on up. They gave us what we really needed. Connections, Eatery, and Cafe doesn't have enough seating inside.
Yeah, no.
It just doesn't. And now they're gatekeeping the tables, which I totally understand. You have to have food in hand to be allowed into the section to be able to eat inside. I get that. Me, being the local, wants to whine about that because I want to go and work there. But
I want to hear the music loop in there.
Exactly. But I am not the focus group here, and I get that. I understand that. So opening all those seating options for guests of all abilities. If you need something that's more low slung, you've got the lower seating. If you like to, sit up higher, you've got the bar height. I love that they gave us all that.
It's really nice.
Yeah, it is.
I like it a lot.
Yay. I like it a lot. What else? What you got?
So my other one is in that same area.
Okay.
This goes to cast member days. Being part of the opening team for Mickey and Friends was really special.
Very good.
Being there opening day.
Very cool.
Helping create that magic was very special.
That's so cool.
And it'll always make me so happy.
Do you have any advice for families who are, or just people who are wanting to go to what used to be the character spot is now Mickey and Friends? What advice do you have to give them if they're wanting to queue up for that?
So even yesterday, the line wasn't too long. It stayed at 20 minutes about the whole day.
Okay.
The thing is that space, from the outside, it doesn't look like it. That space is pretty efficient if everybody's working together as a team. So I would say, you don't have to rush there first thing in the morning.
Okay.
I do think when we were there at around noon, closer to lunchtime, It wasn't that busy. That's when it was 20 minutes. And you can see the whole line outside. So if you walk up and you see you've only got like, you're barely getting to that first switchback, you're good. You'll be inside in about like 10, 15 minutes.
Okay.
So it's not really something you need to camp out unless you're coming like Christmas week, like a peak time. Then maybe I'd be like, you know what, if you have early entry, just head right on over.
Okay.
But that meet and greet is open pretty long into the evening.
Good. Okay.
So if you want to come in towards the evening as well, because a lot of people, are getting ready to settle down and World Showcase, watch the fireworks. If you want to try to meet Mickey and his friends, you can head on over to that side. It's pretty quiet.
That's good.
Time.
It's funny, as I've walked by, I've not queued up to meet the friends yet, but I'm walking by going, why did they put this queue outside? Because when it's hot in the summer, you don't want to be outside longer than you got to be. That was my only complaint. That's good to hear it's efficient.
The opening was, I was like, why are we outside? Yeah. But the interior, if you are like a day one Epcot fan, you will love it. Okay. It's the room that you're walking into is smaller than C Spot. So prepare yourself. The characters are a little closer. It might feel, if they bring too many people in the room, might feel a little claustrophobic. Okay. But take time to look at the walls around you. Look at Mickey's background and Goofy's and Minnie's, Okay. Just really take it in because they did a very nice job at putting that together.
Okay. So, I love that they did that. Yeah. We cannot let this retrospective go without giving props and shout outs and accolades to Tiana's Bayou Adventure and the opening of Tiana's. It was a little bit like, for us who are pass holders or who are local, okay, when are they going to oh, maybe it'll be by this date.
We would speculate. We would meet every week. So now, since this week has passed, when
are they opening Tiana's Bayou Adventure? And really and truly, for me, I know there's a lot of conversation out there on the internet, the scariness of the lift hill, the big splash, not being scary. For me, I love that attraction. I love what's been done to it. Again, it is filled with joy. It's friends together and we're on a mission and we're going to find musicians and there's music throughout the whole, it's just a happy, I didn't dread that drop.
I love thrill rides, so not a problem for me. But what I think is beautiful about the attraction itself is watching the transformation going from, because we can all understand the fact that Splash Mountain had a lot of animatronics, there were a lot in there, but to go from that and to see how technology has changed so much and how these animatronics move so fluidly, almost lifelike, to me as cool. A Disney nerd in that sense, it's so cool to see that transformation of, wow, this is where technology is now, and I think they did such a beautiful job with the interior of that attraction and that bottom part, when you're coming out, and it really looks like you're in the bayou there before you go and see Tiana for the first time. I wrote it with my best friend Daniel for a preview, and he goes, this is beautiful. And I was like, right? It's gorgeous out here. And that's what I can say. It's so beautiful. And then I didn't get to do it in Disneyland. It was 40 degrees. I was not going on a water ride. But I looked from the outside. I walked the area. Just as beautiful. So beautiful. And I think
that's so exciting.
Magic Kingdom needed something
absolutely
beautiful to come to the park again. So that, it was like the thing of the summer.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Like waiting for Tiana's. And it's unfortunate that it experiences a lot of downtime. Yeah. But I think that's what happens when you are reusing the base of an attraction. It happens. Yeah. But it's still so beautiful.
That's just awesome. Now, we cannot let this this episode go without, I feel like we need to play a Sarah McLachlan song right now. We will remember you. We're losing some things, and we found out this year. Now, we might not be losing it in 2024, but it was announced in 2024. And so as we look back at some of those announcements, the big, with great aplomb, it was announced that that the Cars entity was going to have some kind of representation in the Magic Kingdom. And it was kind of just shoehorned in there that, oh, it'll be a reimagined portion, you know, reimagined area. And I went, what reimagined
Deni's
area
heart stopped.
are we going to use? And then it was announced that indeed the Rivers of America were going to go to the farm, you know, go out and live with a farmer.
Not the farm.
As my cat did when I was 4. Although Mom swears Mellow Yellow did go live with a farmer in the country. But I'm not ready for the Lily Bell to go live on a farm in the country. I'm not ready to say goodbye. And then we look at Hollywood Studios and the news that we just got that Muppet Vision 3D will be leaving us in order to have a Monstropolis, to have the Doors coaster, with Mike and Sully and Boo, I guess, will be, she's got to be there, right?
She has to be.
So, and then the Muppets are coming down to Rock and Roller Coaster, and Steven Tyler and everybody are leaving. Like,
that one's a hard one for me to, like,
as I just hit
balance.
my mic, I'm sorry, Light Strong Media. I know that was loud. but it was.
It's a lot.
It is a lot.
It's hard to process that one.
Yeah.
In the opposite side of that, of those announcements, in 2024, we finally got the announcement that Magic Kingdom will be getting a nighttime parade.
This is true.
And that was a really great announcement.
Yes, it is. It's about time. It's really weird. It's really weird that we went as long as we did without one. But I know it's kind of like, well, they've got so many things going on. What do they attend to first? But yeah, I'm glad we're getting a parade, for sure. It's neat that Villains Land will be coming on what looks to be backstage area. There's a lot of backstage area back there, and including Rivers of America. But so that'll be interesting to. I am glad for that. Listen, that's about 10 years too late.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah, that should have been done a while ago.
That needed to have been done because the fans have been just slobbering at the mouth for anything Villains related. Right. So.
On that note, that it's 10 years too late, something that we watched closely in 2024, not Disney related, has been the progress of Epic Universe. And that is opening, you know, right, it's December now, it's opening in May, but May will be here before we know it. And, you know, I go into that preview center every once in a while, and I'm blown away.
Absolutely.
I took my mom, my mom right now is anti-Universal, but we just got her some tickets to go later this December, because we're gonna try to get her to see like what we see, even though it's not the same as Disney, but I feel like she can find some happiness there. She'll see the Grinch and she'll be happy. And I took her to see the preview center when she was here, and she was so impressed.
Oh yeah, no,
she goes,
absolutely.
This is gonna be a huge park, bigger than what they have right here. And I was like, Mommy, it's gonna be a lot of stuff. And she goes, I think I'd really like to come to this place. And I was like, hold your horses.
What?
So that was an exciting thing to watch this year. I drive by the site very often to see the construction because it's across the street from where I graduated. So I'm always like, let me just see the progress, because we saw the ground get leveled, and then we graduated. Wow. And now it's like all built.
Amazing.
It's really wild. So that's been a really great thing too.
Yeah, and the preview center that Erica's talking about, if you don't know it's there, it's at City Walk. So it's not in one of the parks. So even if you don't have a park ticket, you can go into City Walk and actually see the preview center. It is massive. It's massive. That they have a scale model of it there. And you know, I had this, so the very first years ago, very first time I went to Diagon Alley, and I'm walking around, and I went down Nocturne Alley and came out. I had a sinking feeling in my stomach as a Disney fan. I went, oh, this literally beats the pants off of anything in a Disney park. Yeah. Anything. Now, since then, we have gotten things like Rise. We've gotten Tron. You know, Smuggler's Run.
We have the whole Galaxy's Edge. Like, that's a beautiful land.
Yes, very immersive.
Needs some more
amazing.
Shade.
It does. But there is just, and I still get it when I go, there is just this, it feels more encompassing than anything we have in a Disney park.
For me, you know, we talk about how so much IP comes to Disney and Disney wants you to step into the movies. I never really feel like I'm stepping into a movie in a lot of spaces at Disney. As a Harry Potter fan, I step into Diagon Alley and I'm no longer in the theme park.
Nope.
I'm like, oh, I'm here. I'm getting ready to go to school.
Where's all my accoutrements? I need my things.
Right.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, it's, you know, and speaking of that part of the park, you look at the preview center and you see the Ministry of Magic area, and it's going to be
big,
huge. It's going to be so beautiful,
massive.
It's going to be so good. I can't wait.
It is. It's going to be great. It's going to be great.
I can't wait.
So we'll see. I'm not a Universal first person. I go to Universal and go, yeah, like the other parts of Universal Park, don't get me wrong. I'm like, oh no, Disney's got them beat. I walk through things and I go, but it's the Harry Potter specific areas that wow me the most.
And I think that amount of immersiveness is going to be all of Epic Universe. Something my mom said was, I think with this park, what they've learned is, because my mom loves the way that Disney transitions between lands.
Yes.
And she goes, you know, Universal feels choppy.
Yes.
She goes, but I think this Epic Universe thing is not going to feel like that. Everything's going to have this portal where you walk through and you're being transported to somewhere. So just being able to be in 2024 and watch that thing grow has been wild.
Yeah, no, absolutely, 100%. Really and truly, it's been a great year. It's weird to end the year with some downer news. And, you know, I've started to write my feelings in an article about saying goodbye specifically to Rock and Roller Coaster as we know it. And then Muppet Vision 3D. I haven't completed the article, but it is weird to kind of go, oh, like I knew that they were so on the bubble. Like I knew it was only
a matter of time.
It really was only a matter of time. But Rock and Roller Coaster that one hits hard because it was so important to my son Cam. And when he finally got tall enough to ride it, 48 inches is no small feat. And so he finally got to 48 inches and could ride it. And it was the attraction. You know, when you're visiting and you have just enough time before you got to head to the airport or to, you know, your hard out time. And you have just enough time for one more ride. That was our one more ride.
That's what it was for me too.
We would sprint through, down Sunset.
Yep.
Right to Rock and Roller Coaster.
The day after the news came out, on my Facebook memories, there was a post, and I had posted a picture of Rock and Roller Coaster, and it was the countdown to my next trip, saying I can't wait to ride this attraction. I loved Aerosmith growing up. I still listen to Aerosmith. So like it's a hard one. Yeah,
it's my ringtone on my phone. When you get into the limo and the DJ on the radio starts to talk. So back in 2012, it's been my ringtone since 2012. That's how, gosh. My hubby had just gotten the newest version of an iPhone. It was probably the iPhone 4 back in the day. Who knows? It was old. But he had literally just gotten it the week before. And I had already been scouring the internet for an MP4 of the on-ride audio. And there was nothing out there because I wanted to make it into a ringtone. Nothing out there. No one had a pre-made ringtone you could purchase. Nothing. And I was telling Brian that. And he takes we get settled into the attraction vehicle, harness down, starts to turn that corner toward the launch, and he's taken his phone out of its case. And he's looking here, and he holds the back of the iPhone up to the speaker. And I said, "What are you doing?" And he said, I'm going to get the audio for you. And I said, that's your new phone. Meanwhile, it's starting to count down. And he said, no, I got it.
That's true love.
And he held it there the entire ride. I have the entire on-ride audio of Rock and Roller Coaster, the main one that I love so much. And so when we got home to Maryland, clipped it down. He asked me, okay, so what parts do you want it to say? What do you not want it to say? And so there's the DJ starts his spiel, okay, and says, whoa, you know, traffic is a lot of traffic, whoa, you know, Aerosmith's playing. And then there's this, so that they can wait for the launch to start, they put a lot of dead noise there. It's just a crowd in the background noise. And then the second part, and so he clipped that all out, and then it goes from one right to the other. And
That's so fun.
and then Steven Tyler says 5, 4,
that's my favorite part.
3, 2, 1. So that's my ringtone on my phone.
I love that so much. That's incredible.
I just love that attraction so much, and I'm scared. I know the Imagineers are trying to pay homage to the Muppets and to do everything very gently and bring in elements of Muppet Vision 3D into the, you know, the Muppets Rock and Roller Coaster. But I've also experienced from Disneyland Paris, Avengers Assemble Flight Force, which is their redo of Rock and Roller Coaster.
Their Rock and Roller Coaster wasn't that
great.
Good.
It's not good.
Not a good time.
The mechanics of their coaster are just jacked up. It's a mess. It's shaky.
I held my breath on that.
It's awful. But the shoehorning of the story, the Avengers overlay into the attraction, is worse. Like they've got projection screens, and they're trying to have you tell us. They're trying to tell a story, and they want it to be like Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. Well, it's not that, because it wasn't made to be that.
Yeah.
You're going much too fast to notice anything on the screen or hear any like world building audio story. Like, Erica, I'm just concerned.
I know.
I'm just concerned. But all that being said, I think it was a really great year.
It was. And
fandom.
I can't end the year without these two things.
Do it.
Being able to see my best friend Kelsey for a week when she came to Disney this past summer, and to hang out with my niece and nephew. Like, each year they get older, experiencing Disney's a little different. Yeah. But one of my core memories is Jackson loves Peter Pan.
Oh.
Okay. Peter Pan has remembered Jackson's name and Tatum.
Oh my gosh.
He calls Tatum Tinker Tatum, and it's so cute. And to watch them meet him and just have them play, and he took extra time with them. It was just so cute.
Wonderful.
And that is something I'll like never forget. I have like pictures and video on my phone of them meeting him, and it was just so sweet. And being able to see them was everything. And then obviously our Disneyland trip, which we're gonna do like a whole interview video on Disneyland, but that was definitely like the big thing for 2024 was being able to spend 4 days in the Disneyland parks.
Amazing. And one of my, that's how I started off 2024, was in Disneyland. So mid-month, we went out to Disneyland so that Brian could run the Disneyland half just after the Walt Disney World half and get the Coast to Coast medal, especially the inaugural Coast to Coast medal. He really wanted that, and got to be out there with friends because they were out there doing the same thing. And it was the best. So if you need to either begin or end a year, we highly recommend you do so at Disneyland.
Maybe
of course, here as well. So the question comes to you. What were your highlights from 2024, either in the Universal fandom area or the Disney fandom area? What did we miss that you would say is one of those highlights? And if you've got lowlights, I know we like to keep it positive here, but we need to be realistic where we're feeling kind of low on some of these announcements and things. Share those in the comments as well, because we really want to have just a chat with you in there. We want to see what's on your heart as being the highs and the lows.
Yeah.
So
share it with us.
Yes, please share it with us. If you want to follow along on my adventures, you can find me at Deni_Sunderly, both on Instagram and YouTube.
And if you want to hang out with me, it is Healthy Dose of Erica on Instagram and Threads. YouTube is going to be changed over to Healthy Dose of Erica in the new year. Right now, it's still Healthy Dose of Disney. But yeah, everything else is being turned over to Healthy Dose of Erica. So you can find me living my best life. Sometimes maybe not best life, but that's the world.
That's okay.
You know?
That's okay.
So
we keep up with your adventures.
That's where you can hang out.
There you go. We thank you again for stopping by. We're so grateful to have you here. Remember, like this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Share it with a friend if they need a little magic in their lives. And remember, no matter what happened this year or what's looming in the next year, let's all step up tall, sit up, and proclaim that magic matters.